A searing, purple light engulfs me, then a sickening lurch. My stomach drops as if the world has inverted itself. I tumble through shimmering air, arms flailing, until hard, obsidian-like earth slams into my back with a jarring thud. Pain blossoms, but before I can fully register it, a profound, unnatural silence swallows the sound of my impact. It presses down, heavy and suffocating, making my ears ache and my head spin. I scramble, gasping, to my feet, dust clinging to my tunic. The air itself feels ancient, thick with an unknown energy that prickles my skin, sharp and cold despite the lack of wind. Behind me, the swirling vortex I just exited twists and distorts like a dying star, collapsing inward, threatening to strand me here forever. It shimmers erratically, pulsating with a final, desperate flicker before winking out completely, leaving only a faint, acrid smell. My heart hammers against my ribs, echoing in the sudden void. This place, it's wrong. Every instinct screams danger. The ground beneath me isn't merely dark, it actively absorbs light, making shadows cling like grasping claws to the strange angular formations around me. Towering skeletal flora, unlike anything I've ever seen, pierce a sky the color of bruised plums, offering no comfort. No wind stirs their brittle branches, no animal sounds, just this crushing, absolute quiet. I need to find my bearings, and quickly, before this eerie stillness consumes me entirely. There's a lot to uncover in this strange, hostile dominion, and trust me, you won't want to miss what we find, or the special reveal at the end of the episode. This place feels like a trap. My boots barely whisper against the ancient, cracked earth as I push deeper into the Dominion's hushed embrace. The air here tastes like something forgotten, thick with age, clinging to my tongue despite my curse. My objective remains clear: locate the Chronofruit. But a low, resonant hum now vibrates through my bones, a new, unsettling sensation. It isn't wind or earth tremor. I slide past a colossal, gnarled root, then freeze. There, etched into the dark, obsidian-like rock face, are glyphs. They don't just reflect light, they are light, glowing with a soft, iridescent pulse. Emerald, then amber, then a deep throbbing violet. The rhythm is uneven, a stuttering, organic beat, like a faulty heartbeat within the stone. Each luminescence sends a sharp, disorienting wave through me, a subtle internal static that makes my vision waver at the edges, blurring reality. My senses, usually my most reliable tools, are briefly thrown into chaos. It's not painful, but profoundly unsettling. This isn't just ancient carving, this is alive, reacting. These aren't simple etchings, they're active lore markings, carrying an energy I can almost feel, a silent, powerful language. A cold prickle of dread crawls up my spine. What are these telling me? What are they protecting or warning against? My focus shifts. This environment holds more than just ingredients. It holds secrets and dangers I haven't even begun to comprehend. My initial cautiousness transforms into hyper-aware vigilance. My boots squelch softly on the spongy ground, a stark contrast to the buzzing energy thrumming through the air. Ahead, a dense thicket of unfamiliar flora glows with an unnatural, internal luminescence. Its leaves a swirling vortex of deep crimson and midnight blue. This must be the area. I step carefully, my hand hovering over my utility belt, eyes scanning every shadow. Suddenly, a flash of movement. A creature, no larger than my thumb, explodes from the crimson foliage. It's an iridescent beetle lizard, its scales shifting through the spectrum as it hurtles away from the plant, a terrified squeak echoing behind it. It doesn't just run, it recoils, slamming into a nearby tree trunk before disappearing into the undergrowth. As it flees, a faint, shimmering trail of golden, crystalline spores drifts from its path, settling like glitter on the surrounding leaves. My breath hitches. The spores seem to pulse with a faint, ephemeral light before dissolving. This creature, perfectly camouflaged moments ago, reacted with pure, unadulterated terror to that specific plant. The air around the crimson thicket now feels heavy, almost viscous. A subtle temporal disturbance, an invisible barrier. Whatever it is, the plant is not merely dormant. My cautious approach solidifies into a chilling dread. This is no ordinary harvest. I need to proceed with extreme, almost scientific precision. I follow the creature's faint trail, a ghost through the dense, whispering undergrowth. It moves with an unnatural caution, its huge body navigating impossibly tight spaces. Again, it veers sharply, a frantic scramble, away from a patch of gnarled, shadowy thickets. This isn't random. I've seen this avoidance pattern before, a half-dozen times now. Each escape is preceded by a distinct shift in its gait, a subtle tremor running through its massive form, almost imperceptible to my human senses. Dread tightens in my gut. What unseen force spooks such a formidable beast? I press my palm to the earth, trying to feel what it feels. The ground hums, a low, resonant thrumming. It intensifies, then fades, always around these twisted thickets, always just before the creature's frantic burst of speed. It's not the thickets themselves, it's the vibrations. They are a warning. This creature is a natural hunter of calm, discerning safety from unseen threat. This is important. Keep this word, hunter. I finally understand a piece of this island's secret language. The vibrations aren't just random tremors. They're a precursor, a temporal signature of danger. My fear gives way to a sharp, focused determination. This environment isn't just hostile, it's an intricate, reactive system, broadcasting its dangers through the very ground beneath my feet. My stick, a slender length of petrified vine, thrums against the damp earth. My cursed senses can't taste, but they can feel the resonant frequencies of this place, the subtle temporal instability echoing the island's accelerating collapse. I choose my spot with care, pushing a precise, rhythmic pulse into the soil near the deepest thicket. It's a wall of overgrown, thorny flora, breathing with an unnerving, sluggish rhythm. Dread coils in my gut. This isn't merely gathering, it's a direct confrontation with the heart of this temporal disarray. The air here feels old, yet new, shifting around me. A low, guttural hum emanates from the disturbed earth, a sound I feel more than hear. The space directly around the thicket begins to distort, blurring at the edges. Then, like a curtain drawn by an invisible hand, the thorny foliage parts. It recedes with an unnatural speed, the leaves moving too fast, then too slow, as if caught in a localized eddy of time. And there it is, nestled deep within, glowing with an internal ethereal light, the Chronofruit. It pulses, a soft rhythmic throb that radiates a chilling presence, not of cold, but of raw, untamed time. Its skin shimmers, reflecting light in distorted, rapid flashes, confirming its nature. This isn't merely a fruit. It's a sentient temporal anchor, actively defending itself. My fear tightens, but a focused determination hardens my resolve. This is my prime ingredient. I push deeper into the swirling purple haze, the air thick with potential. The Chronofruit, pulsating faintly, draws me in. My long, insulated tongs extend, their metal cool against my gloved hands. I'll feel a humming resonance as the tips hover just above the fruit's surface. This is it. I breathe, steadying myself, and touch. Instantly, a shockwave of impossible time erupts. Not a sound, but a tearing sensation, a violent temporal ripple that slams into me. The ancient thicket surrounding the fruit, seconds ago lush and vibrant, writhes. Vines shrivel, turning brittle charcoal in an instant, crumbling to dust. Then, before the dust settles, they burst back to life, new green shoots exploding from the decay, fully formed. The regeneration pushes against me, a silent, concussive force. I'm flung backward, tumbling through the regenerated foliage, tongs clattering. The Chronofruit pulsates, seemingly undisturbed. Its defense mechanism, both beautiful and terrifying. My mind races. This isn't just a plant. It's an active temporal guardian. I need to remember this exact feeling, this pushback. This is important. Keep this word, I tell myself. I am the hunter now, and this prey knows how to fight. Dread coils in my gut, but determination hardens my resolve. I will find another way. The temporal field around the Chronofruit snaps everything back into place with unnerving precision. My initial fear tightens into a cold knot of dread. It feels impossible. But then, I notice it again. That fractional pause, a blink and you miss it stutter in the regeneration cycle. The distortion isn't constant. It has a precise, short duration. A weakness. A culinary strategy forms in my mind, quick and sharp. My chef's torch, usually for delicate searing, feels like a sudden revelation. It holds an intense, focused heat. If I can overwhelm the plant's temporal healing in that microscopic window, I pull the torch from my belt. The igniter clicks, and a potent blue-white flame erupts, hissing into the humid air. I aim it at the gnarled vines and thick, pulsing leaves that block my path. The heat is instantaneous, a searing spear. The Chronofruit shrieks, not audibly, but I feel the vibration of its recoil. Its temporal field momentarily overwhelmed by brute, scorching energy. Acrid smoke, like bird sugar and something metallic, stings my nose. For a fleeting second, the dense flora chars and retracts, vaporizing into a black dust. A narrow, clear tunnel appears, the temporal field flickering weakly around its edges. It's barely a breath before regeneration begins to pull at the charred remains, but it's enough. My dread dissipates, replaced by a fierce, focused determination. This is the way. I must be faster than time itself. The temporal wave recedes, leaving a brief, shivering vacuum in its wake. This is my chance. Every muscle in my body is coiled, eyes locked onto the Chronofruit. I extend the long, insulated tongs, their metallic arms gleaming, cutting through the residual temporal haze. The fruit itself feels ancient, heavy, pulsating faintly with suppressed time. I grip its gnarled stem, twisting with precise, practiced force. It severs with a sharp, resonant snap, a sound that echoes in the sudden quiet. A fraction of a second later, the regeneration wave crashes back, a curtain of warped reality, engulfing the exact space the Chronofruit just occupied. I pull it clear, my chest heaving, the air thick with expelled danger. My focus, sharp and unwavering, shifts to the rapidnectar flower. This is important. You need to be a hunter of moments, precise and relentless, to claim such volatile treasures. Keep this word. My culinary syringe pierces the vibrant bloom, a whisper of released fragrance filling the air. The rapidnectar pulp, a thick, luminescent liquid, surges into the barrel, warm against my fingers. I hold both ingredients, vibrating with secured potential. A surge of triumph courses through me, a raw, primal satisfaction. The island's deep, temporal thrum shifts, a barely perceptible sigh of realignment, confirming our perilous success. We have won this round. The Chronofruit still pulses, a silent, insistent heart, on my field kitchen's portable surface. Its faint temporal ripples dance across the scarred metal, blurring the edges of my tools. I lift the heavy basalt pestle, my hand steady despite the low hum vibrating through the air. This fruit, it doesn't just resist pressure, it resists time itself. I press down, slowly, precisely. Each grinding motion sends a peculiar, elastic recoil up my arm. The hum intensifies, a subtle distortion in the air around me. Tiny shimmering fragments of fruit pulp begin to form, catching the dim bioluminescent glow from the cavern walls. My breath holds as I reach for the rapidnectar pulp. It's a viscous, iridescent goo, clinging to the spatula like liquid starlight, promising untold volatility. This is where the real danger lies. One wrong move, and the temporal energies could lash out, unraveling the very fabric of this moment. I fold it in, a careful, deliberate swirl. The Chronofruit's hum briefly spikes, then merges with the rapidnectar's unstable shimmer. A warm current spreads through the paste, neutralizing the wild energies. It solidifies, turning a rich, luminous gold, a contained power now, shimmering, waiting. My triumph feels like a quiet roar. I dip the small wooden spoon into the fast-forward fig paste. Its color is a deep, swirling indigo, almost like the night sky trapped in jelly. But of course, I taste nothing. My hand, usually steady, has a nervous tremor as I lift the spoon. This tiny portion, this final step, I bring it to my lips. A dense, sweet scent hitting my nose, though my tongue remains numb to flavor. The paste slides onto my tongue. A sudden, sharp chill blooms inside my head, instantly followed by a jolt. The world around me doesn't just blur, it fractures. The fading portal across the cave wall accelerates into a frenetic kaleidoscope of collapse and reconstruction. Its light throbbing at impossible speeds. My own senses ignite, my breath, my pulse, everything racing, then stretching, elongating. The air hums with unseen vibrations. Then, a violent snap. Everything solidifies. The blur vanishes, replaced by an unnerving, hyper-focused clarity. The portal still fades, yes, but now I perceive every minuscule shift, every molecule of light escaping. Dust motes drift like suspended constellations. The profound calm that settles over me is chilling. My hearing picks up the rustle of distant air currents, the slow drip of water miles away. I feel the relentless, silent march of time itself, an unending hunter with endless patience, now visible to my new sight. This is my revelation. That's a wrap for this world. If you want to keep exploring the multiverse with me and see what ingredients we hunt next, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. The next portal opens soon. Don't get left behind. See ya!